The withdrawal period. For up to 3 weeks after your last porn masturbation orgasm session, you may be subjected to withdrawal pangs. These consist of two quite separate factors. 1. The withdrawal pangs of dopamine, that empty, insecure feeling, like a hunger, which porn masturbation orgasmers identify as a craving, or something I must do feeling. 2. The psychological trigger of certain external stimuli, such as a commercial, online browsing, a telephone conversation, etc. It is the failure to understand and to differentiate between these two distinct factors that makes it so difficult for porn masturbation orgasmers to achieve success on the willpower method, and it is also the reason why many who do achieve it fall into the trap again. Although the withdrawal pangs of dopamine flush cause no physical pain, do not underestimate their power. We talk of hunger pains. If we go without food for a day, there may be tummy rumblings, but there is no physical pain. Even so, hunger is a powerful force, and we are likely to become very irritable when deprived of food. It is similar when our body is craving its dopamine rush. The difference is that our body needs food, but it doesn't need poison. And with the right frame of mind, the withdrawal pangs are easily overcome and disappear very quickly. If the porn masturbation orgasmer can abstain for a few days on the willpower method, the craving for dopamine flush soon disappears. It is the second factor that causes the difficulty. The porn masturbation orgasmer has gotten to the habit of relieving his withdrawal pangs at certain times or occasions, which causes an association of ideas. E.g., I got a hard-on so I must porn masturbation orgasm, or I am on the bed with my laptop and I must porn masturbation orgasm to feel happy. It may be easier to understand the effect with the help of an example. You have a car for a few years, and let's say the indicator lever is on the left of the steering column. On your next car, it is on the right. The law of sawed. You know it is on the right, but for a couple of weeks, you put the windscreen wipers on whenever you want to indicate. Stopping porn masturbation orgasm is similar. During the early days of the withdrawal period, the trigger mechanism will operate at certain times. You will think, I want to porn masturbation orgasm. It is essential to counter the brainwashing right from square one. Then these automatic cues and triggers will quickly disappear. Under the willpower method, because the porn masturbation orgasmer believes he is making a sacrifice, he is moping about it, and is waiting for the urge to porn masturbation orgasm to go. Far from removing these trigger mechanisms, he is actually increasing them. And under the mystic method, the porn masturbation orgasmer starts to wonder when he is going to become a god, and even demand from himself that he should not even have those bad thoughts. This paves the way for self-loathing and failure. A common trigger is alone time, particularly one at a social event with friends. The ex-porn masturbation orgasmer using other methods is already miserable because he is being deprived of his usual pleasure or crutch. His friends are with their partners and are acting intimate. He is either single or is not getting any from his wife for whatever reasons. Now he is not enjoying the meal or what should be a pleasant social occasion. His ready-made brain porn water slides lead him to porn, as it is easier than trying to woo his wife. Because of his association, of his entitlement to sex with his well-being, he is now suffering a triple blow, and the brainwashing is actually being increased. If he is resolute and can hold out long enough, he eventually accepts his lot and gets on with his life. However, part of the brainwashing remains, and I think the second most pathetic thing about porn masturbation orgasming is the porn masturbation orgasmer who has given up for health or money reasons, yet even after several years still craves just one visit to the harem on certain occasions. He is pining for an illusion that exists only in his mind and is needlessly torturing himself. Even under my method, responding to triggers is the most common failing. The ex-porn masturbation orgasmer tends to regard the internet porn as a sort of placebo or sugar pill. He thinks, I know the porn does nothing for me, but if I think it does, then on certain occasions it will be a help to me. A sugar pill, although giving no actual physical help, can be a powerful psychological aid to relieve genuine symptoms, and is therefore a benefit. Internet porn, the habitual masturbation, however, are not sugar pills. Why? Porn creates the symptoms that it relieves, and after a while ceases even to relieve these symptoms completely. The pill is causing the disease, and quite apart from that, it also happens to be the #1 killer poison in a man's or a woman's quest for love and relationships. You may find it easier to understand the effect when related to a non-porn masturbation orgasmer or a successful porn masturbation orgasmer who has quit for several years. Take the case of a porn masturbation orgasmer who loses his partner. It is quite common at such times, with the best intentions, to say, have just one harem visit, it will help calm you down. If the offer is accepted, it will not have a calming effect because the man is not addicted to dopamine, and there are no withdrawal pangs to relieve. At best, all it will do is to give him a momentary psychological boost. Even after the deed is over, the original tragedy is still there. In fact, it will be increased because the person is now suffering withdrawal pangs, and his choice is now either to endure them or to relieve them by repeating the porn waterslide rides and start the chain of misery. All the porn will have done is to give a momentary psychological boost. The same effect could have been achieved by reading a book or watching a feel-good movie, even a bad one at that. Many non-porn masturbation orgasmers and even ex-porn masturbation orgasmers have become addicted to the porn as a result of such occasions. It is essential to counter the brainwashing right from the start. Get it quite clear in your head you don't need the dopamine rush, and you are only torturing yourself by continuing to regard it as some sort of prop or boost. There is no need to be miserable. Orgasms do not make good relations. They at most times ruin them. Remember, too, that it is not entirely true at all times the men and women who show public display of intimacy are enjoying it at all times. Intimacy is best enjoyed in private, where both partners can respond without embarrassments. You don't have to be an orgasm-induced dopamine addict. If it happens as a natural effect of a series of life events, fine. If not, no big deal. You enjoy the occasion and life without it. Abandon the concept of the porn masturbation orgasming habit as pleasurable in itself. Many porn masturbation orgasmers think, if only there was clean internet porn. There is clean soft porn. Any porn masturbation orgasmer who tries it soon finds out it's a waste of time. Get it clear in your mind that the only reason you have been porn masturbation orgasming is to get the dopamine flush. Once you have got rid of the craving for porn masturbation orgasm, you will have no more need to visit your online harem. Whether the pangs are due to actual withdrawal symptoms, the empty feeling, or a trigger cue mechanism, accept it. The physical pain is non-existent, and with the right frame of mind, it will not be a problem. Do not worry about withdrawal. The feeling itself isn't bad. It is the association with wanting and then feeling denied that is the problem. Instead of moping about it, say to yourself, I know what it is. It is the withdrawal pang from porn masturbation orgasm. That's what porn masturbation orgasmers suffer all their lives, and that's what keeps them porn masturbation orgasming. Non-porn masturbation orgasmers do not suffer these pangs. It is another of the many evils of this lying habit. Isn't it marvelous I am purging this evil from my brain? In other words, for the next 3 weeks, you will have a slight trauma inside your body, but during those weeks and for the rest of your life, something marvelous will be happening. You will be ridding yourself of an awful disease. That bonus will more than outweigh the slight trauma, and you will actually enjoy the withdrawal pangs. they will become moments of pleasure. Think of the whole business of stopping as an exciting game. Think of the porn monster as a sort of tapeworm inside your stomach. You have got to starve him for 3 weeks, and he is going to try to trick you into getting to bed to keep him alive. At times, he will try to make you miserable. At times, you will be off guard. You will receive a porn URL, and you may forget that you have stopped. There is a slight feeling of deprivation when you remember. Be prepared for these traps in advance. Whatever the temptation, get it into your mind that it is only there because of the monster inside your body, and every time you resist the temptation, you have dealt another mortal blow in the battle. Whatever you do, don't try to forget about porn masturbation orgasm. This is one of the things that causes porn masturbation orgasmers using the willpower method hours of depression. They try to get through each day, hoping that eventually they'll just forget about it. It's like not being able to sleep. The more you worry about it, the harder it becomes. In any event, you won't be able to forget about it. For the first few days, the little monster will keep reminding you, and you won't be able to avoid it. While there are still laptops, smartphones, and magazines, etc. about, you will have constant reminders. The point is, you have no need to forget. Nothing bad is happening. Something marvelous is taking place. Even if you are thinking about it 1,000 times a day, savor each moment. Remind yourself how marvelous it is to be free again. Remind yourself of the sheer joy of not having to torture yourself anymore. As I have said, you will find that the pangs become moments of pleasure, and you will be surprised how quickly you will then forget about the internet porn. Whatever you do, do not doubt your decision. Once you start to doubt, you will start to mope, and it will get worse. Instead, use the moment as a boost. Convert mope to boost. If the cause is depression, then remind yourself, that's what the internet porn and porn masturbation orgasm were doing to you. If you are forwarded a URL by a friend, take pride in saying, I am happy to say I do not need them anymore. That will hurt him, but when he sees that it isn't bothering you, he will be halfway to joining you. Remember that you had very powerful reasons for stopping in the first place. Remind yourself of the costs and ask yourself whether you really want to risk too much of those fearful malfunctions of your equipage, which is not the greatest loss if you ask me, but the most important loss of mental happiness and well-being, of not living under a spell. This is called referenting, or spotting of the minimizing efforts of the monster about the hazards. Above all, remember that the feeling is only temporary, and each moment is a moment nearer to your goal. Some porn masturbation orgasmers fear that they will have to spend the rest of their lives reversing the automatic triggers. In other words, they believe that they will have to go through life kidding themselves that they don't really need porn masturbation orgasm by the use of psychology. This is not so. Remember that the optimist sees the bottle as half full, and the pessimist sees it as half empty. In the case of porn masturbation orgasm, the bottle is empty, and the porn masturbation orgasmer sees it as full. There are just no advantages with internet porn and porn masturbation orgasm. It is the porn masturbation orgasmer who has been brainwashed. Once you start telling yourself that you don't need to orgasm using porn masturbation orgasm, in a very short time, you won't even need to say it, because the beautiful truth is, you do not need to porn masturbation orgasm. It's the last thing you need to do. Make sure it's not the last thing you do.